This is my 11 Pro review. What is up, guys? It's your boy Mr. Tech Boy, and today I'm going to be talking about the iPhone 11 Pro. It's been quite a while since I made a video. I should have recorded a video like a few days ago, but the reason I didn't is because for Christmas I got something that I really didn't expect to get. I got this. This is the base model iPhone 11 Pro 64GB. Space gray, not midnight green, but space gray. I've only had it for about 3 days. So the old device that I used to have was the iPhone 8. The iPhone 8, I had it for about 2 years. It served me okay for quite a while. The biggest complaint for me was Touch ID. You know, if your fingers are wet or they're dirty, it's not gonna work. I haven't had that issue with Face ID. When I get out of the shower, I can just unlock my phone and I don't have to have that issue. The battery life on my iPhone 8, the battery was degraded. It was old. It was so degraded that it was barely lasting me through the day, and it wasn't cutting it anymore. A lot of people always say you should wait for next year's iPhone and blah 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 blah, but people said that about last year's iPhone and people said that about the year before it. People are always going to say wait for the next year's iPhone. If you have like a 10 or a 10s, maybe you should wait, but just in the situation that I was in, it just wasn't worth it to wait. I'd rather just get something newer than not have to deal with that for another year. But yeah, so this video should be divided into camera features with the triple camera, night mode, and all the things that it does and how well it performs. I'll be talking about the A13 chip, how well it runs Minecraft and just basic stuff. Spoiler alert, it runs it pretty well. I'll be talking about the display, Face ID, and just a bunch of different things. So without further ado, let's go. So for the camera, I did run a lot of tests. I tested out the portrait mode. Like the A12 chip, it can have that beauty mode, which allows you to change how smooth your face looks, which is pretty cool. It doesn't work with the natural light, but it works with all the other modes. And since it has that ultra wide right here, it allows you to get ultra wide portrait mode, which means that when you're shooting portrait mode shots, you no longer have to shoot just in 2 times and have a very zoomed in view. With the ultra wide, you can use the ultra wide and a normal to get a enhanced farther away portrait, which is pretty cool. This is something that only the 11, the 10R, and the 11 Pro can do, but no other iPhone can do before that. These are pretty cool, and I did have a lot of fun testing them. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the normal camera is very good, very high quality, very good dynamic range, 2x zoom. It could be better. The low light isn't as great, but it's pretty good. But the only issue I have is the ultra wide. The ultra wide, obviously, it gets the wider angle, but it just, in medium light situations and low light situations, it does look very unsharp, very dull, and it just doesn't look very good. If you want to use the ultra wide, you need to have a bright light source in the situation or be outside. In my experience, that's how it is. I did also try night mode. So for night mode, you can, if you're in a dark environment, you can hold the phone for 1, 2, 3 seconds or 10 seconds depending on how dark it is. And if you put your phone on a tripod, if you have a tripod, you need to be able to put it on there, take the picture, and you can do it for up to 30 seconds, which can get really, really, really nice night mode shots. You can take something that's basically pitch black and turn it into a bright shot. Night mode is definitely pretty cool. I would also like to try video in outside. I have tried the stabilization on all three lenses. It's pretty good. The ultra wide is almost as good. It technically doesn't have the ultra wide stabilization technically, but it's not that bad. It's pretty good. Front facing camera now shoots 4K at 60. That is completely new. The 4K at 60 on the front facing camera is quite good. It's not as good as the other three, but it's pretty good for a front facing camera. And again, the stabilization is good. That's about it for the camera. In the future, I would like to test out more things, but that is what I've tested right now. My iPhone 8 would sometimes get me through 5 or 6 hours through the day, but if I were to play a game or do anything intensive, like for example Minecraft, which is something that I did do a lot, it would very often last only 2 or 3 hours, which isn't very good. The first day that I was able to use this for the whole day, I did use it for about 12 hours of the day, which is a lot, right? That isn't, my normal use, but it did last the entire day. I did try Minecraft. It did not drain as fast as it usually does with my 8, so I could see it lasting about 10 hours, maybe 11 hours, which is still pretty good. So the A13 chip isn't going to drain as fast as my iPhone 8, maybe because of the chip, the power efficiency, whatever it is. That's really good. So I did test out the Minecraft. The A13 chip can handle 36 chunks, which is a lot. If you do put the 36 chunks, you're going to want to turn off the fancy bubbles. If you have fancy bubbles on, it's kind of laggy, but I'd rather just turn off fancy bubbles and have the 36 chunks rather than not have the 36 chunks and have it on. That's just my opinion, but you can fly out really far and still see just an entire oasis in the distance, which is pretty cool. If you're going to be playing Minecraft on this, you're going to want to change the safe area so that the home bar isn't covering the hotbar in Minecraft. So yeah, it did run that pretty well. Overall, the A13 chip is very snappy. My A11 on my iPhone 8 wasn't slow. It wasn't like it was a laggy experience, but just the upgrade, it wasn't that it made it faster, but it allowed it to do more stuff, which is cool. So power efficiency on the A13 and the battery life are really good. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the display. So this display is not the same Retina display that I used to have. It is not a Super Retina display like the 10 and the 10S. This is a Super Retina XDR display. Yeah, that's a very long name. It's kind of weird, but it basically means that it has higher color accuracy and higher brightness. It is quite bright. It does look very nice with that extremely high brightness. Maybe not indoors, but outside that is kind of nice. The color accuracy on YouTube videos and it being able to watch videos in HDR, watching YouTubers like MKBHD and Jonathan Morrison, since they record videos in HDR in those high qualities, the videos do look very nice. So that is something that I like. Before, my iPhone 8 did not have true blacks. It had the darkish blue. This has the true blacks. So that is something that I definitely appreciate and I enjoy. I do watch a lot of YouTube, so that is something that I'm happy that it has. Quality, we heard that there was going to be this spatial audio. I watched this Dolby Atmos video, and the spatial audio, the speakers are just crazy. Like, you can really feel like the speakers being, just everywhere. They're very loud. I'm considering doing a tips and tricks. There are settings that I know that can make your iPhone louder, increase camera quality, just a bunch of stuff. So I think I might make that soon. But that is about it. I haven't really gotten to test it as much since this is only just my first 3 days, but in the future I would like to test it more. Face ID, as I said, has been very, very good. I really haven't had many issues. My face really doesn't get dirty, so yeah, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a nice comment, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.